Thank you for staying. Let's settle now for the news. And in our first story, the Public Interest and Accountability Committee has corroborated allegations by the minority in their censure motion that government illegally paid $100 million in oil revenue into an offshore account. The money is part of proceeds of crude oil exports in the first half of this year and was lodged in the account of Jubilee Oil Holding Limited, which is registered outside of Ghana. Vice President of PIAC, Nasir Alpha Mohammed, has been speaking at the Censure Motion Hearings.
Or indirect participation of the Republic shall first and foremost be paid into the Petroleum Holding Fund. Mr. Chairman, it is the considered view of the committee that it matters not that other issues may be introduced into the whole conversation. What matters for us, our understanding of the law, is that the PRMA is the primary law that governs the utilization, management of petroleum revenues. And it says that any revenue accruing to the state, whether directly or indirectly, should first be paid into the Petroleum Holding Fund. Mr. Chairman, we also know that GNPC is the primary commercial arm of the Republic of Ghana in petroleum activities. And so when this happens, we are dealing with GNPC per se. If you look at the whole GOHL transaction, it is GNPC that undertook those transactions. So our position as a committee, Mr. Chairman, is that lifting, whether it is lifted by 100% subsidiary of GNPC or not, ought to come first into the Petroleum Holding Fund, from where disbursements can be made for whatever reason. So, Mr. Chairman, our position on that matter is clear. Of course, for purposes of disclosure, the GNPC referred us to an advice from the Attorney General's Department purporting to okay such a transaction in the nature and manner that they dealt with this issue. Mr. Chairman, we are happy to say that we did not come to this conclusion without recourse to that particular advice.
But the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation says there was no illegality committed in the lodging of the funds in an account other than the Petroleum Holding Fund. Listen to Deputy Chief Executive in charge of Commerce and Business Strategy at the GNPC, Joseph Dazi, who was responding to questions from the co-chair of the committee, Dr. Dominic Ayine.
The monies were obviously paid directly to Jubilee Holdings, right?
Yes, Honorable Chair. Yeah.
Are those monies that ought first to have been paid into a Petroleum Holding Fund?
Yeah, so that's a point of departure, the area of disagreement. We believe that GOHL...
Wait a minute. Who are you disagreeing with? You are departing from where? Point of departure. He asked you a question, so deal with it. Point of departure. You are departing from...
So what PIAC? So I'm alluding to what PIAC said. So we disagree with PIAC's assertion that it should have been paid to...
So why? Can you explain to the committee why you disagree?
Yeah, so Honorable Chair, as it was discussed during the PIAC testimony or submission, GOHL is 100% subsidiary of GNPC. We believe it's a company incorporated. It's a company registered under the Company Act. And obviously the terms and conditions, the constitution of GOHL is governed by the Company Act. And for that reason, 100% of the revenue cannot be paid into the Petroleum Holding Fund. The company must operate, and if at the end of the day it declares profit and the directors decide that dividend must be paid, that money is paid to GNPC, and that money paid, of course, will be paid into the Petroleum Holding Fund. So we believe that GOHL is governed by the Company Act, not by the Petroleum Revenue Management Act.